going on, everybody? This is Prospect Tiger. I have to do a task for the Oklahoma Rough Riders and the Ontario Rough Riders, for Prospect Manager Curly and Caprice, and for the entire Rough Rider Worldwide family. Why do I want to be a Rough Rider? Being born in a country full of hate, having to always look around to see if you're being sniped, having to sleep in man-made underground bunkers because you don't know if you're going to wake up to the sounds of bombshells falling right beside your eardrums, always running, always hiding, always looking out for one another, always being one step ahead of the enemy. Such practices are experienced every day in the war-torn country of Sri Lanka. Having lost mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters whom I don't know nor have ever met, to a stray of bullets that didn't have names, yet I call them my own. They share the same blood that runs in my very own vein, because they are my mother, whom I dearly call my country. Living a life of struggle is not a new path that I am encroaching. Attempts were made to make my family and I to disappear from the struggles of this world, just because the amount of paper that was lingering in my father's hand was beyond belief. But the Most High had other plans. He said, "Live out your struggle, my son." Everything and everyone my father wanted to surround his life with was his. Having this kind of attitude early in his life only resulted in unnecessary activities and unpromising friends. Friends that were always around when the pockets were real deep, and as soon as his fingertips were able to touch the inner linings of such a pocket, they were no more. This resulted in my father counting bars for something of not his fault. I came to an acceptance with this ungrateful world at a very young age, that truly started believing the saying, "Dog eat dog world." Being an only child with a father that was barely around didn't give me much of an ammo to fight with the world that was out to get me, but I fought through it. Struggles after struggles, how much more can an 8-year-old handle? The Lord said, "Keep going, my son." My mother made arrangements to get me out of the country because the stakes were too high on my life. So the time came to man up and leave, so I did. From India to Nepal, staying at local monasteries, learning the way of life of the local monks. Then from Nepal to Thailand, sleeping in rooms about red light districts. Then from Nepal to Czech Republic, sleeping in airports, eating bread and tuna as if they were gold and silver. Crossing borders from Czech Republic to Germany, getting booked by an undercover taxi cab. Attempted again by walking 12 miles through a military path. Wow, the German air smells nice, I thought to myself. From Germany to France, crawling under barbed wires, crossing bodies of water. Isn't that just insane? A new country to call my own, because my own country wanted me dead. In France is where I found what a true family was all about. Relatives after relatives. Where have they all been throughout my life? I guess that's what a civil war has on families. Families get dispersed, contacts get lost, and you don't even know where your own father is. I was reunited with my parents shortly after. Wow, finally, we can be a family now, or so I thought. Even though you have problems halfway across the world, they somehow seem to find you all over again. Thus was the case with my family. At this instant, my mother did not want me staying in France any longer, so I was shipped out to this wonderful country, which I now call home. Coming here at the age of 12, dear Lord help me as I grunted. I didn't want to be here. Everything seemed so different, peaceful, something I was never accustomed to. Maybe I thought it was for the better. Mother knows best, no? Maybe such experiences were the foundations of a path that led me to find the one. Although my rebellious nature neglected to his open arms in the genesis of things, but later melted away at his feet. Over time, my mother had found her way over here, and that wasn't an easy move either. She has a gap in her spinal cord and is diagnosed with fibromyalgia, a condition that stiffens muscle fibers when doing something for a prolonged time. Therefore, she couldn't stand, sit, nor sleep in the same position for extended periods of time. I had to take care of her. That meant I had to set my dreams aside and take care of the individual that brought me into this world. Forever I'm grateful, Mother. So since my mother had made her way here, why not my father? Well, I sponsored him in 2003. And to date, the Canadian government hasn't taken any initiative to honor it. The result of such action emanated in the passing away of my father 2 weeks ago. A death very hard to fathom, as he passed away a lonely man with his wife and son far off. Having said all that, I have lived a life. Now I want to be a part of something even greater. A lifelong unity between the I and the we. Each of us have lived a life that we hold close to our hearts. For some, they are still experiencing such a life. For others, it is yet to come. But what we all want is common, is to be part of an entity that will bring us each closer, make us better, and strive for greater. That is what we all believe. And none can take that away from us, and that is why I want to be a Rough Rider.